Hi, I'm Galen, and this is MONKyBEARD. Welcome to the channel. So I wanted to go over month 4 of my beard journey, which lands us right around October of 2021. And this month was kind of a transformative period. Not only was I going to get married halfway through the month, but I had just started rolling off of Finasteride. I had been taking Finasteride for about 11 years, since I was 17 till about 28, for hair loss. I started balding when I was in senior year of high school, and it was kind of a traumatic experience. You know, you're about to head off to college, and you still are dealing with acne and hormones, and here I was losing my hair, and I was trying everything at the time to try to keep it, but I think I probably took it too early because you're still developing at that time, and essentially it just started giving me really bad side effects. I didn't realize until way later that maybe a big cause of some depression and anxiety that I had developed was probably due to this medication that blocked your testosterone. So kind of put two and two together, you have a semi-hormone blocker, and it essentially caused all kinds of chaos inside. And I think looking back, I'm kind of glad that I'm off it. I still have my hair, which is kind of weird. In fact, I think it might be thicker than it was when I was in high school. The drug did work, but it really felt like those allergy commercials where all of a sudden that film lifts off when you stop taking it. That's literally how it felt. And I want to just preface that because maybe the testosterone blockers at the time was why I couldn't grow facial hair back then, and now I can. So I guess I'd put that as a little asterisk in there. But after rolling off Finasteride, I knew that balding was imminent. So halfway through these pictures, you actually do get to see me shave my head. So I just didn't want to go through the balding process, and I guess I had nothing to worry about because I still have my hair. But after being bald for a good year, I realized I actually kind of like it more than having hair, because why have hair if you don't even like it anyway? I want to go into the pictures. The first photo is on October 2nd, which is right after my birthday, fun fact. And you can see my hair was kind of long at the time, and the stubble that I had started to develop was actually getting really thick. You can see it right on the tips of my lips, and especially underneath the chin. And if you look at the side picture, that's where you can start to see some real growth. I had just started doing microneedling during this month, so you can kind of see the redness on my skin. But the microneedling really helped kind of boost the whole process. So if you're not microneedling and you're trying to do the Minoxidil beard, you could do it a lot faster, because if you don't microneedle, I think it just slows down the process. I don't know what it is about the microneedling, whether it is producing more collagen by just the small micro cuts that it's pushing into your skin, or giving more access for the Minoxidil to actually absorb into your skin. It's one of those, but regardless, when I started doing the microneedling, I really started to see some serious growth. And if you look at the picture, you can see that the stubble, or I guess the vellus hairs, are really starting to darken on the cheeks. If you look on the other side, same deal. I mean, you can still see the redness from the microneedling. I'm not gonna lie, it really hurts, but you kind of get used to it. Now I do it twice a week. Once on Wednesday and once on Saturday. And I only apply Minoxidil once on those days. So I'll probably go into a whole process video about all this, but I do Minoxidil twice a day, daily, once in the morning and once in the evening, and then I do a microneedling on Wednesdays and Saturdays, in which case I'll only do the morning routine of Minoxidil, and then I will let my skin rest after I do the microneedling. If you look at the chin, you can start to see that the hair is really starting to come down the chin area and filling that out. Still is the vellus hairs. You can see that there is a difference between the dark hairs and the light hairs, but they are starting to get darker, especially from the last month. Here is the next week, And you can see I got a nice fresh cut because I was going to get married in 6 days. You can see that it's starting to fill in. I still have a major problem in between the middle of my mustache, but you can start to see that there's a hair that's starting to develop right on the connection, transition, and you can even start to see some of the cheek hairs develop even from the front view. And on the side, you can start to see that pretty much every other of the vellus hairs has now started to turn terminal, which means they started to turn darker. And that's what you want to see, especially if you want to keep the beard. You want to wait till all the hairs that are on your face are terminal, which are that dark, coarse hairs. And at the time, I guess you can't really see it in these pictures, but my face started looking really fuzzy. I think, if I were to actually go through real puberty, I'd suppose this would be your peach fuzz. And here on the other side, you can start to see, this was always my weaker side though. It was this side. That being said, it eventually caught up. I think this side is now my stronger side than this side. But on the other side, you can start to see that the chin area is starting to spread a lot further. And some of those vellus hairs down here in this area started to become more terminal. This one I took just right before the wedding because my plan was to shave my head right after I got married because I wanted to have pictures of me with hair. I also was going to shave for that night, for the following day, so I wanted to make sure you could kind of see where I was at the time. And you can start to see the shape of the beard starting to form. It's not thick by any means, nor would it ever look like a beard, but it's definitely starting to show up now. And then this side has always been the weaker side, but again, it did catch up, so I don't know. And then definitely a lot more growth. You can really start to see where the terminal hairs starting to develop on the underside of the chin. And boom, right there, you can start to see shaved head. I actually really dig the look. I didn't like it at first, and I was always really afraid of being bald. And then after being bald, I realized that, you know what? This ain't bad. In fact, I kind of like it more. Not having to worry about your hair in the morning, not having to worry about your hair at night, not having to worry about your hair in the rain. But this is a beard channel. I mean, we can talk about that another time. But so I didn't want you to be all shocked about, whoa, what happened to his hair? Well, it all went down here, right? But one cool thing about being bald was that it did make the beard look better because now you just can focus on the hair that migrated down south. And you can see the sides, you can really start to see some serious growth. But yeah, there was acne that I started to develop. As I said, it kind of came in waves, maybe once a month or maybe every other month. I'd hit like this wave of acne and I'd spend like a month like recovering from it. And then I have a month of like reprieve and then all of a sudden another month of acne. And while the amount of acne started to go down, I still have to deal with a pimple here and there. So probably the biggest side effect that I ever had to deal with. And by now, in October, the heart palpitations had started to stop. Stopped? It stopped. The heart palpitations stopped. Then on the other side, still the weaker side, but you can see that there are some more baby hairs or the vellus hairs on this side. And eventually, as I mentioned, I do catch up on this side, and it does more or less look even. I mean, unless you're really nitpicking like I do, you're probably not going to notice. The chin area started to really get full. So you can see that I had a lot of hair on the sideburns and on the chin, and then slowly but surely they would meet somewhere in the middle, and somewhere in the cheek. And this is our last week of October, and I can say for certain that the places that I do microneedle and put Minoxidil on do grow a lot faster than the areas like my eyebrows where I just solely put Minoxidil. So it has probably something to do with the microneedling, and I've heard that there are people who have a lot of positive results just using microneedling. Though results may vary, so go at your own risk. And then here you can see that there is actually some pretty solid growth going on the cheek areas. On the other side, you can start to see this side start to fill out. And then on the other side, underside, you can start to see that the chin is getting really full, and then it's starting to go up to make these transitions. That takes us to the end of October, or month 4 of the beard journey. I hope these videos really help you kind of see what to expect for your own beard journey, because sometimes when you're just going through the process, it's really hard to see the progress you've made. And I really recommend, if you want to go on your own beard journey, to take progress photos, because it is really nice, even for me, to kind of look back at these photos and see not only just my beard progression, but also my progression of style, my progression of attitude, and even outlook on life. You know, it's kind of like become a photo diary of sorts. I can look back and think, yeah, where was I during this time? And, you know, it's been kind of cathartic and kind of to talk about it with all of you. And I appreciate all your views and support that you've given me. I never expected to have my last video to have, you know, some 300 views. Honestly, I am humbled, and I really appreciate you giving the time to watch these videos, because doing this is really therapeutic for me, so I appreciate it. And if you like this content, make sure to give it a thumbs up, because that helps me with the YouTube algorithm. And if you want to follow me on this beard journey, as I do one of these once a week, please subscribe. It really helps to... I'm almost at 10, and I think that would be awesome to hit 10. And if you have any questions, please leave them as a comment below. I'll answer them either in the comments as quickly as I can, or I might even make a video to answer those questions. Otherwise, thank you for the views, and I hope to see you next time. Thank you.